Living a life. Yeah, it's fine.
Yo, where you at? Okay, I'll see you soon. All right. Sounds good. Okay, bye. How these lights look.
Better.
Oh yeah, because they're all hung over. Can't look at. How's it looking? It's kind of cool.
I'm trying to send the link to him.
See what he thinks.
Yes.
Is this your guys' space or do you like rent it? Oh, it's your space?
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's fun.
Yeah, it's good to have your own spot like that.
Yeah, it's like a lot to be like, fuck, I have to film something or else it's a waste.
Yeah. That's true.
I don't know how to get the stream URL. This this can't be it.
I think that's because it's not live.
It is live.
Oh, you started it?
Yeah, I started unlisted.
I think it's just that one.
No, it doesn't work. Whatever. Thank you. Have we started yet?
Yeah, just now.
Oh, okay.
Wait, the glasses or no glasses?
No glasses.
No, man.
That's kind of my thing. Well,
But I can hear him.
don't turn me down. Here, this is for you.
Yeah.
There we go.
Nice.
It's like a radio broadcast. The stream's quality isn't as good because our internet's such not very good here. But we're getting it all on hard drive, so we just have to fucking do something with it. But
Chop it off.
yeah, edit it,
Story of our lives.
make content until we die.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how many awesome stories you can make when you're dying?
Yeah.
It's my last swim, guys.
I'll probably won't do it even. But I'll do it tomorrow. So. It's like the story of my life every day. I was like, you edit, edit, edit the thing. You have to edit. Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't do it. I never do it.
Yeah.
I do it once a month, maybe.
Yeah. I think that if I was to do it, like this is, I feel like a struggle of many comedians and content people. If I was to do it, I'll probably be better. Like,
Yeah.
but I still
Well,
don't.
Yeah, I mean, would it be better though? Because to do editing, you have to kind of be like a analytical little, gremlin, like an office worker. You're not creative. You're not running in the fields.
Yeah. It's the opposite of what we are.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I have to be in this office and
Staring at myself.
I hate editing myself. I
Yeah.
hate looking at myself.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's so conceited.
Yeah.
I wish I could, like do like a secret Santa with someone.
Secret Santa?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means someone else buys you the gift. I don't know how it works. But
It's like
We
people,
both
it's like unassigned gift buy. I don't
it's
know.
unassigned gift buying.
Yeah.
But what I mean is like I will edit for you if you will edit for me.
Oh.
And then I don't have to stare at myself.
Wow, that's actually interesting.
And then if you stop sending me videos, then I'm gonna stop editing my videos.
Oh, that's actually good.
So it's a tit for tat.
Yeah. Because I can't stand looking at myself all the time.
Yeah, then it's more like, oh, this is work. This is indirect work I have to do to further my career. Then you can just be like, sucks, this thing sucks. Oh, that's good. You can be more objective about it. You don't have to baby yourself.
I'll tell you what's going to happen. We're going to send each other the thing to edit, and then we're not going to talk to each other for like a year.
Yeah, I'm gonna be offended by what you chose. I'll be like, you thought that was my best moment of that whole set?
And that's going to be the end of it.
Yeah. You're not gonna like the captions that I put because I'm very black and white. It's not very colorful, or I hate captions. I don't know why we're all captioning things now.
That's why I use AI.
Yeah.
The AI does
What
it.
AI on Instagram?
It's called captions AI. What is
Do you
that's
have
what
to
it's
buy
called.
a membership? Why is it
Like $9.99 is great. You put the
Okay.
video up and it
a month?
yeah, it's great. I'll pay $9.99 not to look at myself
Yeah.
and edit myself and
People are
caption
just
myself.
scrolling Instagram where they shouldn't be.
Well,
These fucking losers.
yeah.
So they have the volume down. And so if they see stand up and there's no words, they're like, oh, this guy's just walking around on stage.
Yeah, that's funny. People
Yeah. That's a skill, man.
yeah. A lot of people do. I feel like a lot of people, watch things on mute.
If it's good, I'll go back and watch it with
It
the
depends how
volume.
good the joke is. Sometimes the joke is better when it's on mute.
Yeah. You're like, oh, wow, this guy said that on a stage. I can imagine that right now.
Yeah.
How would that do? But yeah, I think we're all watching things on mute on vertical video. Just, you know, it's just the worst way to view anything. Like if you were trying to make a movie theater and it's just all captioned vertical video, 5-second things, you'd never make it. It's just a shitty way to view things. And we're so lazy, we can't even turn our phone sideways
Yeah.
just to view things like a proper way. Like
Yeah.
your eyes are horizontal.
Did you ever have your hand go to sleep? Like you have like numbness in your hand just from like holding it like
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
You have to find different ways to hold it so that
Yeah.
you don't get tired.
Yeah. The problems of our generation.
We're strong.
Yeah.
We can hold a sniper rifle up for hours.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. I have this thing on my bed that it's like a thing that you put your phone in.
Oh, shit. You're really bad. That's like if there's levels of like
Phone addiction.
yeah.
Yeah,
That-
it's
that's
like
a big
beaming
one.
straight into my face.
Yeah. Man.
But I like it because I'm never like, where's my phone? It's just right up here. I wake up.
Really? So
Yeah,
you
it's
wake
just-
up in the morning, you
Is this,
open.
like, right in front of you.
It's like right here.
Wow.
I can touch it. I can send messages, turn off the alarm.
Yeah.
It's right where you want it to be. As long as I don't get up too quick. You
Yeah.
have to be careful
Yeah,
getting
you
up.
have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what can help you?
What?
Pussy.
When pussy comes, I just put it up.
You just put it to the side and put the pussy up.
Yeah. I also have a water bag.
What is a water bag?
Yeah, a bag of water above my bed.
Oh,
There's like a hose.
oh, I thought if you don't wake up in time, just
Like Wallace and Gromit. Like a fucking what is that called?
MacGyver.
No. Rube Goldberg machine.
Oh,
I don't think anyone else is coming.
I don't know
Chandler
that
told me he was 5 minutes away 10 minutes ago. So
Huh.
we can continue talking about phone addiction and pussy.
What's wrong with phone addiction? That's how a lot of people get pussy is through phone addiction.
Really? What do you mean?
Tinder?
Oh, because you just dude, my friends they just do it like a game. Tuck, 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 tuck. Oh,
Yeah.
I have one guy. It's like a big nerd. He's like a coder guy.
Data analyst?
He automated it, so the thing just like does this, like an automation. Like he
He
swipes.
hacked the Tinder code.
Yeah, and the machine, the bot, whatever he programmed, just swipes on every like I don't know on who, but he's just like, look, I automated it, and he's like 3 phones, and one is Tinder, one is I don't know, the fucking
Yeah.
apps.
But the amount of work it
He
takes to
still
do that.
he still doesn't get a lot of.
Oh, really? What do you think is wrong with him? He's just too analytical.
I, th- I think so. I think you know, it
He
just
doesn't have a heart.
yeah, it's just too analytical. Some things you don't want to automate.
Yeah.
Some things you kind of want to enjoy.
But no one enjoys Tinder.
Right, but there's a process of like there's
Messaging.
there's a process of talking, like a guy talking to a girl and a girl talking to a guy.
It's
And
dangerous.
even if it's shitty, but it's the danger of it.
Ooh, we can make a baby.
Yeah,
We could kill each other.
or kill each other, or something can happen. Like this guy could kidnap me, or something like this.
Yeah, I'm asking for it now.
Yeah, like
Because you
there's
opened yourself up to it.
it's thrilling.
Yeah. So you don't want to, you want to make a real connection. But for guys on the Tinder side of the guy side of Tinder, it's like
Yeah,
desolation. It's just like rejection after rejection. You wait for 3 matches.
really.
You message all of them, then none of them respond.
Yeah.
And they're not really that attractive sometimes.
Oh man, did you ever get the catfish?
Not really.
No,
Uh-uh.
man.
I once went on a date with a girl on from OkCupid,
Yeah,
and I didn't really do research.
yeah.
And I showed up and she was fat.
Oh,
And I was like, I should have known. I didn't look at the pictures. Like she had it up. So
Yeah.
it was my fault. I catfished myself.
yeah, yeah,
I didn't do the research.
yeah.
I just showed up. I was like, oh, cool, a date.
Maybe that's why it's just okay, Cupid. It's dumb joke.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Okay. It's Oklahoma Cupid. Okay, Cupid.
Yeah.
Next, please
Yeah.
give me a great one.
Uh,
Great Cupid.
yeah. I don't have more Cupid.
What's your dating situation?
Um, I went on I'm in went a few dates with this rabbi. Met this rabbi.
Are they allowed to do that?
I don't think so.
Aren't they like Catholic priests?
Yeah, some girl told me, he's like, in Catholicism, if you date a priest, you're gonna go to hell. I was like, well, I'm Jewish, bitch, so
Yeah.
I don't
So
know.
was he like a modern rabbi, like a youth pastor?
He's like a modern rabbi. And in the beginning, like he was so hot that I didn't even believe he was Jewish. I was like, I needed to like send me some sort of proof you're not a spy sent by Hamas or something. I need to know you're not gonna.
Because you're used to normal Jews. You hang around Jews all the time. You're not used to them being attractive.
Yeah, dude. It's funny. I had one guy one time told me that he was like, "Oh, you're pretty good looking for a Jewish girl," and I was like, "You're pretty racist for a black guy."
Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they think Jewish people are just some
Attractive.
small tribe in the forest just having incest.
Yeah, but it's not true. Jewish people are,
Yeah, you guys are all in Europe getting all the good diets and
right. Well,
breeding.
I'm Egyptian, actually. Yeah.
I mean, I bet you guys are pretty high up there too.
Yeah.
You guys do really well for yourselves no matter where you go.
Yeah, it's the Jew.
But I mean, what I know of Jews is like Gal Gadot and the TikTok military girls.
Oh yeah, they're hot.
Yeah, so I'm like I think it's just because there's very few of you that it's like not a.
Yeah.
You don't have a lot of hot people just because there's only 2% of the population. You're only gonna have 2% of the hot people.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Latinas, they're like breeding like crazy down there, so there's just more of them.
Right. Well, yeah. They're very sexy.
Yeah.
Latinas are super sexy.
Yeah.
They sound sexy too.
But not if you get like
I don't know if I sound sexy
one.
like a Latina,
Yeah, I mean, as long as there's something there, men are like, ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm in a relationship, so
yeah,
I'm not allowed to hit on anyone.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
How did you guys meet?
She was at a show.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So she thinks probably you're the best.
Well, she's seen a lot of shows since then. She's like kind of disillusioned about comedy.
Okay.
She doesn't really. She used to enjoy it, but now it's like, oh, they're just all assholes and
She gets it now.
children.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just a bunch of dudes jerking each other off.
Yeah. What?
Let me put up something on the TV so it's not just my YouTube recommendations.
So what, she came up to you after the show?
Yeah, gave me her number.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, but that's what I'm saying. There's no automation, no nothing.
Yeah, that's the only way I can get anything done. I don't really do well otherwise.
And she saw you in your element. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I feel like when in terms of when we're a comedian, when the spouse or whatever sees you on stage, like this, that's it. Like that's who this person is.
Yeah.
And when I used to go on the like dating apps, I was like, oh, put some pictures, and I'm like, well, how do I explain this? You know, how do I explain that I'm kind of, I don't know, it's 2 pictures. But when they see you, they get it. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah. That's direct. I don't do well any other way.
Yeah.
I like to be there in person because that's the only way it kind of works for me. But I think I could do the Tinder thing. It's just a lot of work and, you know, conversations. I don't know.
It's a lot of work. And I think I don't have a lot of game. I don't have good game when it comes to like flirting and things. Like I don't.
Do you do well in person?
No, even if I like try to message them in the app or something, like they like me and then I'll message something and then they'll be like, no. I was like, fuck, maybe it is me.
Maybe
Because I have no game. Like I don't know how
it seems
to,
like you're more like a book reader. Did you read books growing up?
I read some books. I read some
You're
books.
not like a book. What is your like identity? Are you like a skater?
Yeah. Yeah, I used to skate a lot. I
Okay.
used to skate a lot until I fell a
Maybe
lot.
you're just cooler than these people. What's up?
I get it.
Hey, what's up, man? Now we can start.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were waiting for you. Yeah, get in here. Is this mic up? Hell yeah. This is Chandler, very funny Austin comedian. This is Or Man,
Hello.
very
Hi,
funny
man.
comedian, LA and Israel.
Yep.
LA and Israel. Like both.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you like about Israel?
Just cool place that I've never been to before. Just looks like a cool, because you know you see the wall that all the
Uh-huh.
leaders go to.
The one that divides the people or the religious one?
No, the religious one that people pray on.
Oh yeah, where you put a little.
I thought you
Yeah.
know, yeah.
No, I just see people just go touch that wall. I want to touch it.
I just came back from that. I literally touched it a week ago.
Do you feel something when you touch
Yeah,
it? Well,
it's crazy.
see,
Like when you just enter Jerusalem, is like I like to go there at night. Is like it's crazy. You got all these Hasidic Jews dancing, and everybody's just like lit, like but not on drugs or something. It's just like and they're praying and they're dancing, and then you touch the wall. You just feel I don't know. It's like a real place.
There's a lot of religions in there, right? There's like
Yeah.
a different like cult marching down the street every day.
Yeah, there's there's just like quarters. There's like the Muslim quarter. There's a Jewish quarter. There's a place with the Christians, and they're all kind of like. I actually last time I didn't even know. Somebody told me because I posted on my story. It's like, oh, you're in the Muslim quarter. I was like, oh,
that's cool.
yeah,
The same.
See,
it was
cool
fine.
as hell.
Yeah.
It's like going to the
They're
Vatican
cool
too.
things.
I want to go see all those places. I don't travel much.
Oh really?
Never left the States.
Yeah, that's fine though. Seems like a lot of people stay around here. It's a pretty big country.
Yeah, pretty big.
Yeah, I
Sure.
mean, I think LA is cool. I think LA is where a lot of the people that are here now are from. I think it's cool that they all moved here and we're like, we control the comedy scene, not these fucking random bookers and random agents and fucking agencies. Like comedians don't need that.
That's what I like about this place.
Yeah.
It's
No
like
third industry. It's just us.
yeah, it's just the comics. It's like the rebellious kids have the keys to the car.
Yeah, and we don't need New York or LA. The fucking old crusted power structures that are just throttling talent.
Yeah. I remember my last year or two in LA, I was invited to a bunch of like these parties and stuff, but for some reason like all I want to do is just stay home and smoke weed. And then I called my sister and I was like, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with me. Like I don't want to party with anyone. Like I would just go to the store and then come back or do like a spot and come back home. It's like I don't want to go to actual party. I was like, maybe I'm depressed. And then like 2 months ago with this whole Diddy thing, she was like, you were not depressed, you were protected. But yeah, I don't know. Weed saved me, you can say.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not much of a party guy anyway. I wouldn't
Yeah.
even go.
Really?
Yeah, I don't really like to do that.
What do you like to do
I just like to stay home and play video games.
with the boys?
Yeah.
What's
Is there
the deal?
What kind?
What's the
kind of
video-
game?
Yeah, what
Oh,
kind?
I just play anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just from like Civ 6 to like Rainbow Six to
So you like
Overwatch.
chiller, smaller hangs. You don't like just random, ambiguous. Everyone get drunk and talk about nothing hangs. You
Yeah,
like
I
the
don't like that.
purpose.
I don't even like to drink. I don't like to
Really?
do nothing. Yeah.
Do you want a White Claw or a Bud Light?
No. If it's Bud Light Zero, I'll take it.
There was a video game I used to play when I was a kid. I don't remember his name. It's like something KO, DO, Dead or Alive or something. There was a guy that kept doing, hey. You know this one? You know this one?
No,
No.
but the sound effects are pretty funny.
Every time he kicked, they're like, hey.
That's
Oh, yeah.
awesome. Really got in as a kid. It formed a pivotal memory for you.
Yeah.
It influenced
love
how you
it.
talk.
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. I love that game. Yeah.
That's a good game. Never heard of
So-
it, but
You like
Sounds like
just
a game.
chilling with the boys.
yeah, just like hanging out.
Is that where do you think your comedy comes from? Just chilling? Hey, what's up, man? We can start now. We're waiting for
Showing up
you.
late. This is I feel so weird hanging out in here because it's such a odd group that I never expected to just be hanging out with.
Isn't that cool? We can
Yeah.
all come together in the sacred halls of podcasting.
Yeah, this is strange. Hi, Francisco. How are you?
How are you guys?
Get it a fist away from your mouth, as Joe Rogan likes to say.
Oh,
And
nice.
it moves too, so you can move
Perfect.
with it.
How you doing? What's your name?
Francisco
I am Francisco or Mash.
or Mash. Nice
Yeah,
to
like
meet
if you're at a restaurant, the waiter goes, do you want the French fries or mashed potato?
Oh,
Or mash. Yeah.
wow. We'll never forget that.
That's Francisco. He is from Venezuela.
Yes, like San Francisco, but like with all the sun.
Oh, nice. See, that's the type of accent that's sexy.
Yeah, the
The
Latino.
Latino people. That's what I'm saying. Not all foreign people are equal. The Latino people.
Israeli accent, I would say, is on par with the South African accent
Yeah. Yeah.
Where are you from? Where's your accent
or
from?
German accent.
Jerusalem.
Oh, Jerusalem. Nice.
Jerusalem.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if that's how you say it.
I like how
I don't know why I
Latino
said it like
people-
that.
They just hear a word and they're like, okay, I got it. I'll take it from here.
Yeah,
And then they
I
can
think,
say something
isn't
completely
that where
different.
Jesus is from?
That is where Jesus is from. Yes.
I thought he was from Bethlehem.
Well, Bethlehem was part of it.
Hmm.
Bethlehem is actually a Hebrew word. It's been a house of bread. Bet, lechem. Lechem is bread.
What?
I actually, as a child, I used to go. So there's the Jordan River, where all the Christian come and they baptize. They wear white and they baptize. So we used to go in there and take shrooms and
The rocks.
yeah, something. In
No, that's the
code.
Palestinians.
That's just the other side.
Yeah. You're like, look at them. You
Yeah,
throw the little breadcrumbs at them, see if they eat it.
They-
It's Jesus.
yeah.
Throw some wine in there.
Jesus,
Jesus.
Jesus.
Jesus. I like
See,
like that.
everything in Hebrew just makes it sound worse or kind of
Trying to get
aggressive.
that sand out of your mouth.
I like that. That's funny.
But yeah,
So, Francisco, are you like a party guy? Do you like to party?
Not really, but yes, at the same time. It's like
What do
I
you-
know
What do
I-
you like better, party or chill dude hang night video games? Maybe 6 people max.
chill, but with other dudes. It's like
Just yourself.
yeah, it's kind of like myself or maybe like one person.
Oh, really? You do like being cohabitating with someone?
No.
Did you know that game where the guy goes "Here, here, ha," when he kicks?
Oh yeah, when they try to kill Jesus at the cross.
Ah, fuck, that's a Jewish. That's a different Jewish.
There's the
game.
Romans too.
That's it, so.
But yeah, I mean, so you like to just be with one other person, one woman, just creating an unbreakable bond.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if I don't go out, I'd rather just kind of like stay home, just watching movies or documentaries or whatever, and not really doing a lot.
You don't crave the party, the social aspect.
Yeah, sometimes. The thing is that I feel like I have to drink, and then after it's hard for me to be like, oh, I'm just gonna have 2 drinks, because once I have the second drink, then it's over. I'm just gonna get drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the next day I'm gonna regret it. that
So
I
why
went out.
why do you have to get drunk? Why don't you just smoke weed? You do smoke weed.
I don't
Okay.
smoke.
So
smoke
you
weed.
only have one drug that you can do.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I in the moment it feels great. I'm like, oh wow, I'm I don't have any problem talking to others, and this is fun, and conversation seems to flow. And then the next day, I have a lot of anxiety, and I regret, staying out until late and drinking.
Why are comedians like that? You think comedians are just people that don't really like the formless, chaotic nature of parties because it's kind of a stupid thing to do?
I don't know. I think a lot of comedians just struggle with a lot of anxiety too.
Because
It's like the whole social thing.
they're thinking so much. They're like, oh, this social thing went this way or that way.
Yeah.
So why don't I just sit at home, think of ideas on my own that I can actually use on stage?
Yeah.
I feel like a waste of time sometimes.
Yeah.
Like what? Because sometimes I'll be at a party and I'm like, what am I even doing here?
Yeah.
I'm
You're
lady.
just supposed to be social now. This is how social people act. It's just like what we think it is, but it's just like society's definition of being social, but it's not
Yeah.
actually social.
No.
You're not making real connections with people like you can in open mics.
Especially in LA, everybody's just ignoring each other. Like everybody get dressed up and just ignore each other for 3 hours and then go home.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? What?
Well, like the Christmas party yesterday, I thought was fun because it was like we're here for a purpose. It's Christmas, and there's this club involved. There's like everyone has a role and a meaning. It makes sense. But if it's just like, oh, we're just supposed to get here and try to fuck each other, then it's not.
But that's a
really enough.
comedian party.
Yeah,
That's different. There's
it's
a
a party
difference.
with a purpose. I mean, like you
Yeah.
could do it with reporters, you could do it with journalists,
Right. It's like
but
themed
as long
parties.
as there's something else going on.
If you're not a journalist, you can't come in here.
Yeah, it's like a scene in a political drama. You're like, we're at the party, we're trying to make connections here. There's like always something else. There's a higher purpose. I think humans, we need like multiple levels of like reasons to be somewhere. We can't just be like, okay, I'm on 6th Street trying to fuck. It's like that's a stupid reason to be anywhere.
Yeah.
It's not enough.
When guys go to party, do they go to party because they want to fuck or
Yes.
because they want? Okay. Okay. Does it work usually these
No.
days? Because now we have all these apps, like we were talking about. All this, you can just scroll on.
I think most guys are not fucking. I think
Really?
like we're fuck less as a generation than any other generation.
Because of this anxiety.
I think it's like economic and purposelessness, and there's
I don't know. It seems to me like, well, I thought you were joking. I think like I go out to parties so I can do something differently from like being at home or performing stand up, just like being around other people. But actually, I think everybody's fucking.
You really?
well,
Yeah, I think so.
it's a great feeling to have, but the data doesn't really back it up.
When you sound sexy like this, I think everybody is fucking.
I
That's,
mean, yeah,
No,
if you
no,
want
not me, but I
positive
feel like
motivation,
everybody else.
But if you want
is-
the actual data and the numbers, we're not really the most fucking people ever.
where did you get this data?
Are you talking about like what?
News
Oh,
articles
this
and
is okay.
science.
Okay. No, because I was wondering how do they collect this data of like
Yeah.
who's fucking?
Also,
You
I'm
don't think
sure
scientists
people
have
that
tried to
cheat on their
figure that
wife are
out?
now like, "Hey, data people, record this. I cheated on my wife last night." That's
Well,
not
they can
going.
tell how many people are cheating on their wife based on other things. Like Amazon can tell when you're pregnant before you can. I'm sure they have ways to measure these things, and it's probably too complicated, but they probably like take a sample size or like, visit STD clinics. whatever other methods are out there,
Plan B.
I
Probably
guess.
Plan B was real good.
usage. Yeah.
I think 20% of the people are doing most of the fucking. Just like
Yeah.
anything.
So 80% of the people doing what? 20% of the people
Fuck
doing
80%.
doing 80% of the fucking.
Exactly.
Wow.
Wow. That's probably true, but that doesn't really help everyone else. You know, it's like overall the numbers are pretty low. I
Yeah.
think because everyone's a fucking Uber driver.
Yeah.
You're not gonna fucking Uber drive. You'd rather fuck like a fucking person who manages his own business or something, and there's fewer of that than ever before.
I feel like they're busier. Like if they're really like huge, like they have so many. If they have a lot of time on their hands, they're gonna fuck better sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes you want like a dirty Uber Postmates guy just to
Yeah.
fuck your holes.
I have a friend that fucks a different girl every week. I think he tells me that. I don't know.
Other every
I,
week,
So
I
he
believe it
said.
though. Like every week he
the
fucks someone new.
26 girls a year.
Probably, yeah.
Wow.
That sounds pretty
Badass.
doable.
Oh yeah, 52.
He said every other week.
No, every week, every week.
Every week.
So I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's anecdotal evidence. It's not really indicative of what's happening.
Yeah, I don't know. How do you track that? Like it's just so hard to track. Also,
Just ask the scientists to do it for you. They can pull all the data and tell us. Otherwise, we're all out here doing all our own research.
Well, I think it just comes down to, like we were talking about earlier with parties.
Yeah.
No one, not a lot of people like to do that anymore. So a lot of people just never meet in person.
Yeah,
So everyone just swipes online all the time
everyone's
instead of just
playing
meeting
video
each other.
games.
Yeah, and just playing video games too. But
Yeah.
also, I think a lot of people are just like we were just talking about. Everyone feels lost, so they're just trying to, trying to figure out like a meaning, or they just wait. They just want to wait, or they follow their fucking horoscope, or whatever the hell it's called.
Especially in LA, I feel. It's like nobody's social there. Like I remember my girlfriend one time took me to Soho House, and she told me it was like a social club. It was the most not social. Everybody was ignoring each other,
Yeah, everyone's just awkward.
Rich and like
Yeah.
better than everyone.
they're pretending to be cool.
pretending to be cool.
They're back in high school, but they're like in their mid 40s.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
had to
But if-
order a whole meal, like $100 salmon, no dick.
But if everyone got hard work and made something of themselves and got a membership to the Soho House, then it'd be like, oh, cool, they're just working people just like me. But if you're like, I'm rich and I just married rich or whatever, then it's like it's like a weird. There's only risk involved. You don't want to ruin what you have.
Mm.
But if everyone is stable in their position, then it's like, oh, then they're people that worked hard just like me. I could learn something from them. But if everyone has just got there like because they were born pretty or born rich, then it's like you can't really learn through conversation with these people. So I think
Yeah.
if everyone had like a lot of shit going on for them, if everyone was like a member of the Joe Rogan, like they were on his podcast for some reason, like, oh, that's the alien guy, that's the guy that is in charge of the military, then it'd be an interesting party to go to.
Yeah, that would be an interesting party to go to.
Yeah, his former guests.
Yeah.
We should have a meetup
Yeah, all of his.
and just crash the party. Be like, I did the Sunset Strip yesterday.
Yeah. Do you think if there's actual an alien invasion, the first thing they'll do is like he'll be on the Joe Rogan podcast smoking a joint with Joe?
I mean, if he wants to get his alien message out there, what better way?
You know what I mean?
Where else would he go? Meet the press?
Why do you think that, there's a lot of alien people say, oh, there's UFO. Why do you think that people don't really care?
This is not going to change anything.
Right? Like,
I think it's hard to believe too. Like, if humans didn't exist, but planet Earth, exists the way it is, the only difference is that like humans wouldn't be present, but there would be life in planet Earth, but not intelligent enough to like go outside of the planet.
yeah.
So maybe like aliens exist, but maybe it's just kind of like another type of mosquito in like a different galaxy or something. Like we expect to like an alien to be some, that idea that we have from the movies or whatever. And like they have,
Liberals would be like, let it bite you. It's from its people. It's a sign of respect. And then we'd all have to get bitten by the fucking mosquito aliens because of liberals.
Yeah. Well, I don't think so. I think the only time we ever care about the aliens is whenever we meet them at a party and then we say something wrong and we go home and we think about it, we overthink it, our anxiety, and it's like, oh, I hope that alien didn't hate me for what I said. And then you think, oh man, I should have just stayed home and played video games instead.
I think maybe they don't care. Like, maybe they don't care because, like, we don't care because our generation is like, would care if, like, maybe they had an OnlyFans or something like this. Like, if the alien was just like had booty or like had a big ass or something. I think then Americans be like,
Yeah, it's like
They should
that
get
movie Paul.
the
You see that movie
aliens.
Paul?
Paul?
Yeah, ever seen that movie Paul?
No,
Ah, it's about
an alien that had a big butt.
no.
Oh,
Well, they talk about it in the movie. It's very funny.
oh, really?
Yeah. Who's I can't remember the guys' names. It's like these it's two British guys, filmmakers. They do a lot of
Simon
movies.
Pegg and Nick Frost.
Yeah. They've done a bunch of movies. No, but you should watch that movie, Paul. But
Okay.
there's like a moment in the movie where he's like showing sketches of aliens, and then he shows one with 3 titties, and he's like, "Oh, this is pretty sick."
Oh yeah, I remember some vaguely some 3 titty alien watching something that had a 3 titty alien.
Yeah, and then he adds
Maybe
one,
we'll
and they're
go
like,
through it, I don't know.
4's too much. 3 is perfect.
That's why Jeffrey Epstein hunted in the trailer parks. Because you get some weird shit in the fucking mutant gene pool. I feel like trailer park people are hotter, because especially the women, because that's a ticket out of there. So I think if you're poor, you try to make the hottest little girl you can,
Yeah,
just so that they can fucking marry rich.
yeah. Get the family out.
Yeah,
You know.
it's a defense mechanism.
Yeah. Become a singer. Be Trailer Park Swift
Yeah.
or something
All
like
we have
this.
to do is inject radioactive waste into the fucking trailer parks, and we're gonna get some weird hot shit soon.
Well, pretty soon you're gonna be able to pre-design, your child, select everything, kind of
But
like
you already can do this.
yeah, but it's gonna be even easier. It's gonna be kind of like like a video game where you choose like what type of color eyes you want him to have and the IQ level.
But
You
what
can-
if you fuck up? There's gonna be fuck ups, and you
yeah,
just have like a
there's
retarded
gonna be
hot
fuck ups
child.
along the way, but think about it, maybe like 100 or 300 years from now.
I think that's where that's where humans might get humbled a little bit by God or something, like, because you can't, like, if you do it because, like, well, I don't want the child to be, like
Left-handed.
whatever. No. Maybe like have some sort of disease, that's fine. But if, like, well, I don't want him to have brown eyes, I want him to have blue eyes. Fuck you. What if
Yeah.
it will be a great brown eyed person?
Well,
What if he's
So our
hot?
intentions are incorrect, but if we do it slowly throughout the years, just pruning out malaria
Yeah.
proneness or like HIV, and then you get like practice a little bit, then we could be like, yeah, we could do that. We know all the side angles because we did it so slowly. So maybe if we had good intentions, we could make it work.
But it's like what you said, like if everybody's hot, like, if everybody's in the same thing, like, if a child is born, if like he's just like so good, what if he would have been like, I don't know, if I was maybe tall, blonde, perfect figure of a woman, maybe I wouldn't be funny. I don't know. Maybe like
Yeah,
it like
Get all those people at Soho House.
yeah, everybody is, the world is the Soho House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you could just put in personality too.
Yeah.
Make them also work hard and build something crazy.
Yeah.
Like a little beaver gene in them.
yeah, I think you're gonna be able to get exactly very specific, like a little bit of Elon Musk with Bill Gates and like Kim Kardashian.
Jesus Christ. What a monster.
Damn.
What a insult to God that creature would be. Maybe you can make him like Joe Rogan, put in a little bit of Gal Gadot.
Yeah. You get a Gal Gadot. That was stupid.
Who else are great people? Physically. We could put in some Ari Maddie in there. He's hot.
What about Obama?
Yeah.
I won't use Obama.
Why not?
I don't know.
Great guy.
He's skinny.
He's a great guy,
He
but
Great
can't
guy,
put on
skinny.
muscle.
Looks good.
skinny.
The thing is that we all
He's gonna get good genes. He's olding gracefully.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
As he gets
perfect
older, he
for the
he looks good.
2000s.
Yeah, he has good genes.
We don't make those anymore.
yeah, maybe we won't age. You know, like
Yeah.
100 years from now, you could just
Or like
stay
turtles.
stay 28 or something.
Yeah.
You know how like that feeling when you have a long day that doesn't end?
Okay.
Maybe that will be life if we don't age.
Well, we can just program that out too.
You know?
Yeah, maybe
Just make them like
Yeah.
goldfish, forget
maybe
everything.
you're not gonna need sleep, and you're always gonna feel rested.
Well, then that's kind of like it's like every vampire movie, though. It's like all those guys they live for like 400 years, and then they feel nothing. You know what I mean? You ever hear like a dialogue from a vampire where they're like, "I feel nothing.
Yeah.
Life is meaningless.
But
I've
maybe
lived
that's
for
just
600 years."
because vampires were written by humans. So
Yeah,
maybe that's just what we think with our limited mortal brains. But maybe being immortal is amazing.
maybe. I don't know. It's just you see a bunch of guys that live for 600 years, and you kind of question why do they all wear leather.
Yeah. Imagine how rich they'd be.
They're all rich.
They'd be like the fucking, what is it? The Rothschilds that never died. They just kept accruing wealth.
Yeah, they just invested their money well. Guess you can live
It'd
long
be
enough
impossible to
eventually
take
figure it
him
out.
down. 600-year-old vampire with banker's wealth.
So you want Jewish vampires?
That's pretty sick.
Right? Richard was Jewish.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know what other. Medici's, were they Jewish?
What is a
I
Medici?
think
Oh, the family
Italy?
Medici?
Yeah.
Roman Catholic.
No.
No.
Yeah. The Medici's.
Yeah. A Jewish vampire would be interesting because they only like bite kosher people.
Only kosher people.
I don't know.
They'd eat about anybody. Vampires eat everyone. Don't matter who you are.
Yeah, they're vampire for.
Under what circumstance will you eat someone like a human being?
I have to.
Wait, not it just in general?
Yeah, like will you eat will you have to be obviously trying to survive to like eat another human
Yeah.
or like will you do it for like I don't know, $10 million?
If they
Nah.
were willing, they're like, yeah, I don't mind if I get eaten.
I would never. It
Yeah,
makes
like
you
a-
sick. That's what they say. You eat human, it makes you sick. If not physically sick, mentally sick. Like it really fucks you up.
Really?
I don't
Yeah.
know. I
Well,
think
isn't
you could-
that up to the person? Some people might be fine with it.
No, I think it's genetic. Like we really genetically like we shouldn't eat each other, or else it kind of fucks us up.
Well, there's a lot of bad diseases you can get, like bad cow disease.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you cook it thoroughly, I don't think it's necessarily bad for you. I think it's like not great for your soul or whatever, like what your idea of what a human being is. But physically, I think it's possible. You should probably shouldn't base your whole diet around it, because then you're gonna get like some fucked up. It's like incest. You can do it like once or twice, but if you keep doing it, then you're gonna get fucked up,
Mhm.
Yeah.
especially the brain or something.
Like if you
Yeah.
do it one time, if you
Yeah.
fuck your sister one time, you're like, well, let's just forget about that one time. But if
Yeah.
you make it a habit, you're like, I'm a bad person.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
Scripture.
had incest once, then you are a person of incest, right? Like you practice
It's like
incest.
one time, yeah.
It's like if you
being
do
gay.
gay one time,
You're gay.
Yeah.
you're gay. But if you're a girl, it's not the same. It's like
Oh, yeah.
she was just drunk.
Yeah.
She wanted to
Yeah.
kiss Melissa.
Everyone loves women.
I mean,
Yeah.
It takes a real fucked up person to be like, I could have a woman, but I'll take a man instead.
I know. I'd rather have someone that farts and burps more loudly and smells bad.
Well, now you're making men sound kind of
Yeah.
hot
Why?
because you're describing them so buffoonishly.
No, I was being for real.
But there's got to be a.
when you date girls, do you put up this show when you're next to them? at least for the first few months of like
A show?
not doing all this stuff like farting,
Yeah.
barping, it's being disgusting. Like,
Oh yeah,
do you hide it?
You have to.
I still
You
don't do it.
should.
What is like your hiding technique?
Just go to the bathroom.
No, yeah,
If you're farting that much, you probably have to shit.
Yeah, if that happens, it's probably because I ate too much popcorn. Really.
But isn't it
But,
crazy that the way we meet in person is we just get drunk and just fuck up our stomachs? And then we're like, okay, let's sleep together for the first time. And you're just sleeping. Like, if you're in peak physical condition, it'd be, it's hard, but you could do it. But if you're like fucked up, you're like all fucking drunk and shit, and you're trying not to fart in some random bed.
Well, we were supposed to make a meaningful connection and then take it to the romantic and the emotional side, and then be ready for that connection. But now it's like the other way around.
Now
You
we
eat her,
mash our
and then you're like, "Don't
genitals
follow me on
together.
Instagram. It's too soon."
girls hide it too.
Yeah,
Girls
that's your
do
whole
more
life.
because
That's why they get so much Starbucks, because they're going outside so they can fart.
oh yeah, yeah. Starbucks ain't shit. Is the is we have to like go somewhere so we can let it rip. You know what I mean? But we have techniques. I remember one time with my ex-boyfriend. I remember it was the first time I spent the night, and he was really, really cute, and I really, really liked him. And like, but the bathroom was next to the bedroom, and he was in the bedroom. And I mean, I wasn't gonna do any number two, but I was the gassy, and I just spread the cheeks
Nice.
So it's
as
just
far as
air.
I could, so it would be like more like,
Mm.
and then I remember I came out the room and he was just sitting there looking hot and he goes, huh? Like he heard me.
That reminds me
Damn.
of Sebastian
Yeah.
Maniscalco joke where he goes into the bathroom and he farts into the towels. So you couldn't hear.
That's, yeah,
That's what a funny comic writes.
Yeah.
that's funny.
That's
Any
a
other
really
funny
comics, right?
things other people have thought of?
Yeah. I don't know.
Mitch Hedberg jokes.
I don't know, man. It's
Did you see,
I think it's tough to pull out like a fart joke. I think it's tough to pull it out. And the way that Sebastian Maniscalco did in that joke, it was like, oh, that's really good.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Did you see Anthony Jeselnik's new special?
Yes.
How was it?
It was okay. I think it's just like I've been a Anthony Jeselnik fan like before I started comedy.
Yeah.
So I didn't see it as technical as I do now, because now when I watch a comedy special, I see it more like a formula,
Yeah.
like A plus B equals whatever.
Yeah.
So now it's kind of like he's kind of like doing the same trick, on the Nintendo, like just like for every joke, it's kind of like the same trick.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still fun, it's still funny, and
Yeah.
I wish one day I could do something like that.
Yeah, figure out your own formula. Like,
Have like three, or I don't know how many specials he has.
Yeah. I mean, on that grand stage, just out there doing a Netflix special, that'd be amazing.
yeah.
Hopefully it's less predictable than Anthony Jeselnik's, but
Well, I feel like his previous specials were not as predictable,
yeah.
but this one was. I did like
Kinda got
that he
lazy.
he got a little personal for a second, so that was kind of new for him. So I like that part. What do you think?
I didn't see it.
Mm.
I think it's just the latest special around. It's cool when people put out specials. They're like, "Hey, look at me," and then we all get to look at him. But I didn't appreciate the way that he went after people. I think it was just kind of a negative. I feel like because his, lacking in certain disciplines, like he is negative to make up for it. Like this, it's like a creative outlet for him to shit on people. But I think he should maybe put more of that into making jokes that aren't so predictable. I think there's like I see like an error in his ways, which is easy to do for someone on the side just watching, but it makes me not want to watch it when I'm like, okay, he's doing the predictable thing. He's also like, shitting on people that have helped my career. But yeah, it just I just don't think that he did anything new or different or like really made an impact that big with the special, which is what you want to do. You want to like put out an elephant in the room or something great, which, like Shane's special. I thought that was a great moment. It was like a bomb dropping on the comedy scene. Like, this is how this guy does it.
Beautiful
He's so
dogs.
good.
You talk about beautiful.
Yeah.
I
The
like. I
second
love
special?
Shane Gillis.
I don't know that
I
one.
love him.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites for sure. Like, he doesn't have anything extra. He's just like direct all of that into his art, which I think makes
Yeah,
it better.
yeah. I love Shane Gillis. Like one of
Yeah.
my favorite ones.
I love Shane. He's a good guy. You could say, though, a lot of people did make a point that his second special was just a continuation of his first special. It was just a lot of the same topics,
Huh.
which still the jokes were fantastic. But
Yeah.
say that for most people's specials, you figure out a formula, you find a thing that you're good at, you know.
Hmm.
And I mean, you could say Mitch Hedberg, all three of his albums are all the same, you know.
Well, I
It's
think
just
there's a
they're
difference
just
between
different
that
paces.
and Anthony Jeselnik, where it's the shock is a large part of it,
Mhm.
which I don't think is enough for most people. There has to
Yeah.
be something behind it. And he
Right.
just refuses to have anything beyond just like he doesn't, have come out hard on anything. And it's like there's so many things that you could talk about
Yeah.
nowadays. But maybe people don't want to go the political route. So I think people shouldn't have to. I think it's great if you could just make your art in peace without having to worry about everything else going on. And like that's not always a good thing to delve into whatever the trendy thing to talk about nowadays is.
Hmm.
But I just feel like he just is not offering anything different. Like at least Shane is offering like a perspective, like a way to look at things, like
Hmm.
calmly and in his way, and it helps us to have that. But for him, Anthony Jeselnik, it's just like a standard setup punch. It's like we
Hmm.
already know that that's not really making as big of an impact as
Well, I also
some of
think
their
that
specials.
it's weird to like compare comics because like the styles are so different, and it's like because when we talk about comedy, we think it's just like this genre or whatever. But like if you look at music, you have jazz and rap and other stuff, reggaeton. But I think that's just his style, like Anthony Jeselnik's style.
Yeah.
So it's like not for most people. If I had to choose, of course. I mean, I hate to compare comics, but yeah, I obviously prefer Shane Gillis.
Well, like
Was really different.
artists go through like changes in style, like the Beatles, and that's good for them. They evolve and grow, and maybe just like finding a thing and keeping to it isn't always the best strategy. I think it's good to evolve, get better at what you do, and it
Yeah.
just seems like it's
He's kind of evolving. He's turning, like Jeselnik's starting to like expand a little bit more in terms of like telling more stories. Like he'll go
Okay.
back, like in his new special, he did this thing where he brought back a joke from his first album and kind of had like this whole story about it.
So you think he's
He's doing a
good?
little bit different, but yeah, there's
You
some
liked
jokes
it?
that kind of have the same.
You liked the special?
Well, I already saw it like 8 times before it came out.
Do you work with Jesselnick?
Well, I worked with him a couple of times.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, he's helped me out.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't really know. I'm just saying like the archetype of a comic like that.
yeah,
Like there are people that are more artistic with comedy, and it just seems like he isn't really doing anything different.
right.
But
Yeah,
that's fine if that's what you want to do. If you want to get really good at that, and there's a lot to get into there, but
hmm,
I don't know. I just feel like there isn't that much to get into in that hole that he's digging.
right.
But I mean, do you think that it's worth digging? Like you want him to continue doing that forever?
No, I mean, uh, he's his own person. He can keep doing what he wants to do. There's nothing there that like, I'd be like, oh, I wish he'd do this more or that more. He's already really good at what he does, so it's kind of just up to him. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like personally, like as comics, we kind of have to like hit a wall to where we're like, oh, I don't like the way I'm doing this, you
Yeah.
know?
But also, that style, maybe that style collected like a niche of like of audience, and that they pay money to see
Yeah.
that they want that space, this style exactly. You know, like you go to a concert to hear the same song you've heard a million times just because you like the song.
Yeah, he sells out fast like
So
crazy.
if
He's got
it
that
sells
crowd.
out, if it sells out, and that's, I don't know,
Yeah.
that's what he likes.
That's
When-
positive reinforcement.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, in business of selling tickets, right?
Yeah. Well, it's like whenever he came through Austin, he did 3 shows at the Paramount and he sold all 3 of them in like, or he sold 2 of them in like 6 months before he was supposed to be there.
Yeah,
And then because he sold them out so fast, they added another one.
yeah.
And then he sold that one out. So the shows were sold out months before he was even supposed to be here.
So there's like a niche of people that
Yeah.
just they want that. That's what they,
Yeah, that's what they want.
and that's what it's about. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I just feel like artistically it's not like the best to watch if that's what you're into.
I mean, I think
Right.
like, ideally we want to like kind of like perform for ourselves, like do whatever we think is funny.
Uh-huh.
So, if that's what he thought that was his best stuff, then let
Yeah.
him do it. But I mean, for me, it's hard to like be like a critic because I'm still trying to like get better at comedy.
Yeah.
But I did see that the same kind of like formula.
Yeah. Well, I asked him
Oh.
about that. He said the hour that he put out was the hardest hour he'd ever did because he wanted it to be really, really good,
Yeah.
compared to everything else that everyone pays to see him do. And it took him a while to do it, but it took him 3 years to figure this out. But that's kind of his formula. But he worked really hard on it, but
Yeah, I
he
remember
wanted it to be good.
I saw him working on one of the jokes that, like, it was like 2020 in COVID. It was like an outdoor show. I remember he was working on one of the jokes there.
Hmm.
But I was paying attention because as a younger comic, I like to see, they can like take notes or something, like to see how other people like do their thing. I like to look at a bunch of people, and I was like, damn, it's like what 2024 now.
Yeah.
So that's cool that like you perfected that. And if you do look at him, it's like there's no access words.
Yeah.
Like access, you say, like there's no
Excess.
Yeah. Every word to a T. Yeah.
to the teeth.
Yeah.
T.
T.
Yeah. Every word to a T. Like he just writes, this is exactly like when he writes it down, every word he's going to use. Or
Yeah.
he takes out a word and he won't use it.
I feel like now if you want to do political, it's very hard to do it in a special, right? Because shit happens so fast.
Yeah.
Some shit happens, you make the jokes, you got to put the joke because the next day, so they're gonna talk about something else.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody's gonna care. So when you work on a special, like, and you tour with like material, that material is not gonna be even relevant.
Yeah.
Right?
Or it's just, I've seen like a lot of comics that do that and it just kind of, for them, they just talk about what's going on and it just becomes a rally more than a comedy show. It just
Yeah,
turns
it's like
into
a- Yeah, it's like a rally.
No wooing.
yeah, a lot of wooing. A lot of like, yeah, that dude's talking exactly like how I talk. He's talking exactly how I think.
I know what
think
kind of
trans
shows you've
people
been
are
to.
like that, and I don't like it.
In LA, there are shows where people snap. Those are the opposite end of
Yeah.
the spectrum.
Really?
Not the Trump supporters, but the fucking liberals.
Yeah.
The fucking liberals.
I've done those. I've done those shows. The they are a little tough sometimes.
Yeah. They don't always feel they're more quiet, they're more thinking. At least with like a Trump supporting crowd, they're like, woo.
I've done
Fucking
so
feeling.
many different crowds, but I think probably like all female crowds have been some of my favorite because I've opened for a lot of female comics and their crowds have always been a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Females, they're all hyped up. They know how to be on one page as an audience. Men are always trying to be independent, trying to think for themselves.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
And a woman goes out and she puts the makeup on, she put the mascara on. That's it. Like she's out. It has to be fun. Like
Hmm.
it's like a thing.
Guys just don't want to be embarrassed or beat up.
Right.
They just want to be safe. Women are like,
Yeah.
they did all this for us. Let's at least enjoy it.
Yeah. It's like an adventure every time you go out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You
Some
could be
girl,
murdered.
yeah, you could be murdered. I remember who told me one time that like makeup came from like ancient civil tribes that they would put paint on their face before they go to war, and that's where makeup comes. I can't verify this at all.
War
But
paint.
yeah, we're paint like, and I feel like as women it's kind of like that. Like you go out, you don't know.
Imagine every time you had to go out as a guy, you had to put those black lines under your eyes. How much more fucking gung ho you'd be.
Get amped up.
Yeah.
Get amped up before you go to anywhere. It's like you're about to go to Applebee's, but in your mind you're going to the senior night football game.
You're going to war.
You're going to war.
You put blood.
You're going to Applebee's to fight for your brothers.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
put on war paint to hang out with the boys, play video games.
Yeah. Ready to go to war.
I'm
Ready to
here
fight
for
for
the
my
onion
boys.
rings. I feel like if you are in a relationship and your girl has her period, you should put her period blood on your face.
That'd be a fun world.
Nice.
What would that be like? That'd be smelly, right? You get chunks in there.
Damn.
Be a 3D painting. You could feel the texture. But yeah, I mean, I think that we should have like a separate trash can with a lid on it in the bathroom just for women to throw them away.
To throw what away?
Period blood.
They use a different bathroom. Like, why do you care?
Just in general, I just feel
Oh,
like
they
that'd be a
have
smart
the,
society.
Well, it's like I've worked in service industry forever,
They
so
have
I've had
them,
to clean bathrooms. So they have
those.
Yeah, they have
Modern.
disposables.
Yeah, but if you go to some countries, they probably don't have it.
Maybe
They barely have a toilet.
We use our neighbor's mailbox.
And the cats love it.
Oh yeah.
And
Dog
bear.
too. They
love it when you're on your period.
yeah, and they love they just attracted to it for some fucking reason.
We were putting the used tampons as ornaments on the Christmas tree this year.
Oh my god.
Is that part of your family's diet? Your Christmas feast is your sister's tampons?
Yes, Hans.
That's the whole. Because they're from Venezuela.
We do in my house.
They have no food.
They have food now
Oh,
these days.
Type of things boys talk about when girls are not around.
I don't know. There's plenty of podcasts. You can hear us talk about this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just turn on Fresh and Fit.
Fresh and fit.
Yeah. We're just like, don't like her elbows too pointy.
Oh.
Next. We act like gods.
I mean, it's gonna be, when you're able to just get the perfect robot,
Yeah.
it's gonna feel like you are with another human. So what's gonna be for girls? What are they gonna do now?
What's a robot?
I guess they'll get a
big
male. They'll get a male robot.
A gigolo.
So we won't be connected anymore. I guess.
Dude, I went to this conference. It was like a cannabis conference, but for some reason they had like a dildo aisle.
Was it CBD infused? You get high while you're dildoing yourself? Like an edible?
Yeah.
Boof.
And for some reason they had a booth there for this robot, and she had like titties on the robot, and she just did she was like, all she was programmed to is just like move her head back and forth with her mouth open and suck dick. That's all this robot did. She was sitting, they had the robot sit and just, I'm not gonna, whatever, you get it, but just sucking dick
Oh.
the whole time. And I was, because I'm at the weed conference, I was really high. So I'm like, what the fuck is this? It had tits and everything. It had a pussy.
Wow.
Just out?
Yeah.
the Japanese are getting too far ahead.
They're gonna be very advanced. I mean, they're gonna have emotions and feelings, and
She was sucking dick.
Wow.
no longer she's gonna be the robot is gonna be like, so what have you done for me? Why do I have to suck your dick again? You know, I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Every time I see a product like that, it's always a Japanese product for some reason. They're always creating these things. And that's why
We don't
every
have a
time I see it's a
fear
Japanese-based
We
company.
don't have a fear of slaves like you guys do. So I think we're more fearless when it comes to robots. We're like, yeah, why don't we make a subservient thing that we can control? But you guys are like, no, don't. They're gonna have an uprising. And also they're perverts. They're very sexually horny people. They were humbled after World War II, but they still have some of that spunk in them.
Hmm.
So they're like confident Asians. Chinese humbled, Koreans humbled. But Japanese, they were the last to be humbled. They still have that warrior gene. So they like to fuck. They're not ashamed of it. They can access it. They can get it. And so they have a whole culture around it.
The Japanese like to fuck.
I think we all do, but also they are the most advanced in like technology.
Yeah,
I
they have
think.
the technology and the horniness.
The thing is
Yeah.
that
Their society is
combined.
pretty far ahead too.
Yeah.
It's like you ever see that? Like
clean.
Hooters, it's like you can like 20 school kids that just leave their backpacks in the middle of the terminal and they just
Yeah.
leave because no one's gonna steal it.
yeah, he's like, who stole my homework and did it for me? But
That's an Asian mugging.
I wanted to get that A for my own hard work. Anyways,
They took away my hard work, the most precious thing for Asians.
don't tell my mom that you did my homework. But yeah, so
But let's say the robot just sucks your dick all day, right? You have this girlfriend robot and she sucks your dick all day and she does not complain. She doesn't like do anything. She doesn't leave her tampons out.
she cleans the house.
She does everything for you. It'd be kind of boring.
Why?
Mhm.
No, you could do like, hey, let's
It's not human. It's not like so. It's so perfect. It's like
But most of a relationship is just like being okay with being boring. Well, at the end of the day, your human relationship is going to turn into that. So why not just shortcut it?
shortcut.
Just learn how to settle with a fucking robot.
But what about love?
What if the
you're gonna fall in love with the robot.
You could.
Haven't you seen
Yeah.
Her?
Yeah. You could.
And that's really a way for the robots to really fight mankind because in all the movies that like all the robots shoot everybody and there's a big uprising. It's much easier just to make robots hot, so there's no more babies.
Yeah.
Every movie I've ever seen where it's like that, it's always a man falling in love with a robot, but it's never the other way around.
That's because women don't write movies.
I think women have a lot of supply, you know.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
It's
But
always a man falling in love with a robot.
we always make everything sexual. It's crazy. Like, you know, like whatever
It's beautiful.
yeah,
I
but
think it's better than war.
sure. But we're gonna like make these robots so efficient at fucking that whenever we go on war, they're gonna fuck us. They're gonna rape us like a like a Chinese robot is gonna rape someone in the
Like a
US.
drone pussy.
It's gonna be it's gonna be pretending to be your wife.
You're gonna
and
be
then-
sleeping. It's gonna unzip your pants and start sucking your dick.
yeah, and then he's gonna chop it off.
He's gonna be like, "I'm sold. Where do I surrender to?"
Yeah.
Got you by the dick, leading you by the dick, like those Instagram pictures.
And then they post the video on TikTok.
Much better way to control the Americans.
Yeah.
Just to fight them. Suck their dick.
Yeah, it's like like the everything is sexual. Like the chat roulette thing was supposed to be for chatting, and then it was just penis.
We loved
Chat
each
roulette.
other.
Penis? Chat roulette?
Yeah,
What is this?
it was supposed to be like you could chat with random people across the world, and then it was just guys
They
just
also advertise it as
So
that
when
now,
you
too.
open in the window and there's just like a penis and
yeah just guys showing their dick.
They're jerking off usually. It's like this. This view.
That's how I see my cousin though once a week. Shout out Miguel, I miss you. Stupid.
Yeah, I think we have more pressing concerns than robots. I think we just need to learn how to live on this earth with shared resources.
Yeah, that's another thing. We're trying to go to Mars, but it's like, for example, Venezuela it has everything that a country or a piece of land could hope for, and it's unlivable right now. So it's like we're trying to go to Mars.
Yeah.
Why not, like, fix what we have here? That it's perfect for humankind.
Yeah. I think it's because we make it too complicated to do.
I think we should send criminals and child molesters to Mars. Yeah.
That's really expensive. Why don't you just shoot them in the head?
Yeah.
That too.
But then,
that's a better
politicians
idea.
and billionaires are going to be like, are we going to trust these rapists and felons with millions of dollars of equipment on Mars?
Yeah, let's send it to the Ukraine instead.
Mars could just end up being Australia,
Yeah,
Because Australia originally was just supposed to be
Mars.
just a giant prison.
Oh,
'Cause
really?
The British, that's basically how it got created. It was just a bunch of prisoners that Britain just dumped them on, this giant, continent, and then they just kind of created their own country. It's kind of the
Yeah.
gist of it. That's not like the whole historical accuracy.
You sure
but
they
it was a
there
prison.
to colonize it? They were like, go there, set something up so we can come back later. Because it takes a lot of money to send anyone anywhere. You want to just do that just so you have a really expensive prison.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was like they were prisoners, but they were like, hey, go there and do something. And they did. They fucking knocked it out of the park.
They did. Now they have a cool accent.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? You drop a bunch of British people off in another continent. Now they got a cool accent. They got a cool culture. They create Steve Irwin. Imagine imagine what's gonna happen when we put people on Mars. We just send them up there because we don't want them anymore, and then
We got a rock tamer.
I think
yeah,
it's probably gonna be the other way. He's gonna go there, Elon, and I feel like it can't be about money. Like if you can afford a ticket, you can go to Mars. Like because then Mars will be populated by assholes, like that just like want money and
Be
all
all
this stuff.
Luigi Mangionis up there.
There has to be like some sort of a filtering to have dope people. It's not. It can't just be about like if you can afford it, because then now it's exactly like Earth.
yeah,
And you want it different. Like, why would you make another Earth? Because he doesn't. It's not for the resources. It's perfect here. It's to make a different culture.
hmm
For that culture to be dope.
I also don't think we're trying very hard to go to Mars. It's just sort of like 1%
just
of our
Elon.
budget.
It's just Elon.
Yeah. Everyone
one
else is
degree.
running around with their head on fire.
Do you think he's gonna go? Like eventually, when they have the technology. Do you think he'll be the first guy to go, or is he just gonna
Send
just
someone
then-
else.
Yeah, he's gonna send someone else for sure first, just to see if they
That's like
make
a
it.
chip. He didn't put the chip inside him. There's a dude.
Yeah,
He had
just
the
like
chip.
the chip.
The
Yeah,
chip.
I don't know. They say the chip worked for that guy though, and then they did it to a couple other people, I think,
Then it caught on fire. No.
and it caught on fire in his brain. That would suck. But
Yeah.
They say it's good. Like the responsiveness, like on the computer and stuff, is like super fast, and that it's making them happy. People that have gotten the chip in their brain.
I'll tell you something. My daddy always told me, or never get the first version of anything, because that's the version something's gonna happen to it. Like get at least second version and up. So if the cheap,
Make a horrible crypto investor.
right,
Yeah, I can see that. That makes sense.
he got the beta chip.
Yeah.
You don't want the beta chip.
No. You want to wait for that. You want to wait till they come out with the chip Pro.
You
Yeah.
know,
And then they sell it to you without the
But some
same charger
people,
that everyone else uses.
They
They're
came
very
out with
competitive.
they came out with a Mexican chip. I don't know if you saw it. You saw it?
does it have salsa on it?
No, it's a chips and queso.
I love chips and queso.
Francisco has left this conversation.
I love Mexican food. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just go to Mexican restaurants just because I just want some. I just go by myself just for some enchiladas.
It's so hard to stop eating those unlimited chips though.
Yeah, it is hard.
Yeah. I just feel like shit always after I go to like one of those Tex-Mex places.
Really? You feel
Yeah.
bad?
Yeah, because I eat like 2 baskets of chips.
They try to
never
fill you
felt-
up so you don't waste real food.
No, I also buy the other food.
Well,
That's why
When I leave, I
that's why you're full.
that's why I'm fat.
feel
But
feel
then you
good
don't order more.
when I leave after a
Which is
restaurant.
bad,
After I
I
eat a lot, I feel good.
Really?
Yeah, but I feel like I also want to take a nap.
Yes.
But I don't feel bad. I just feel like, I feel fulfilled.
I feel
For
like
sure.
like a gluten
A gluton?
Glutton. Like a glutton.
Gluten.
Yes.
Like a proton?
And I feel like I smell just like the back of the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Might be for another reason.
Yeah. Because he was
You have
good.
the same skin.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying because I was working there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
What's
you
a
don't want to
glu-
eat too much.
What's a gluten?
You don't know gluten?
Glutton.
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 Glutton?
Gluten.
You know, mean the flour. Like
No.
people have the gluten intolerant.
It's like in the
Allergies.
food.
The gluten.
Yeah. So it's like
That's
in
something
like
else.
everything. It's also like in
But is that what you
bread.
meant? The
No, I
gluten?
said like glutton like a sin, like eating
Like,
too
oh,
much, like overeating.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know.
It's like
I'm still learning the language.
between with both of us,
Yeah.
That's not an important one to know, but
English?
it's accurate. The language of English. Glutton, it doesn't really come up a lot in conversation unless you're trying to fat shame someone.
Yeah. Or you're just talking about the Bible.
Exactly.
So wait,
Yeah.
instead of saying, "Oh, you're fat," you say, "Oh, you're a glutton."
No, no
Well,
one
I feel
says
like
that.
maybe not,
No.
like for me, it's
That's what
kinda
I'm
like
saying.
like a feeling, like I was kind of like I was full and satisfied, but I kept eating just because I could, and then I kind of like feel like shit because it's like
Ate
you're
too
too
much.
full and like you don't
Okay.
have any energy and you just feel like a piece of shit. And maybe you also overspent money where you didn't even have to, but just because like you could.
America.
And you're like, fuck it, I don't know if I should get like enchiladas or burritos. I'll just get both.
Yeah.
So that's
Might
a
as
good
well.
problem to have, I guess.
I get like that. I have enchiladas, but then I remember tacos are good too.
Yeah.
And then I eat that. And then and then at the end I always when I'm at a restaurant I have to get dessert. If there's sopapillas, I'm gonna get sopapillas. You know?
How come they never have fish tacos here, like
They have 'em.
California? They have them.
It's too far away from the ocean.
Oh, I
Yeah,
went
we
to
are
the
far
3
away.
different places. They didn't have the fish taco.
There's a couple places I think you can find some fish taco. I don't know how good they are. I don't eat them very often.
There's a place called Este, and it's very good. They have good fish tacos there
Mm.
here in Austin.
You can just find fish tacos in the little trash cans they have in women's bathrooms.
Exactly. Just bring a tortilla with you and throw that tampon in.
Could do that.
Imagine how we feel.
You carry that fish taco in between your legs.
You know what I mean? Just wake
some
up in the
fish
morning,
taco.
you're leaking fish taco. You're like, what the fuck?
I want to eat this. It's got LA. So, what did you guys think about our COVID response?
COVID response? Like how we handle it?
Yeah,
I was in Oklahoma, so it was like 2 months.
2 months.
Yeah,
You
it
guys
was like
handled
2
it
months.
pretty well in Oklahoma.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I don't like. I don't know. I thought it was important to get the vaccine. I guess like at the time. I mean, I
Yeah.
got vaccinated, but
Help stop the spread.
yeah. But I didn't. I wanted to be out and about. I
The
didn't. I
Jews
thought
got
like
vaccinated like crazy.
Yeah.
I was in LA. I was trying to avoid it.
Did
Trying to avoid it.
You didn't get it?
I got it because
Business.
MTV. Yeah, they have. I was on set, and it was just like,
yeah.
well, you can't come to. You can't do the show.
It's like, fine, I'll do it.
Yeah, whatever. Like, yeah,
Hmm.
That's
if
too
it's
bad.
dangerous, I'd rather,
So you got vaccinated.
do the cool shit. Maybe live less. I don't know.
I don't know.
I
got
think
to a
it's
point-
fine. It didn't seem that dangerous.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, there's so much debate between the vaccine and not getting vaccinated to where I was just like, well, who cares? Just do what you want to do and or just keep doing our thing.
I don't really like being forced to do something. I felt like in terms of principle, I hated it. Like I don't like being told like, oh, you gotta put this. Like, not like
Yeah.
fuck you.
Yeah.
I really dislike that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
We
where I
don't
got
like
to. I was
that.
like, if you want it, you want it. You don't, you don't.
Well, I
You
like
know.
that we came up with a cure to the disease or like a way to stop it.
Took 3
chemically.
days.
It was like 6 months into the thing, maybe a year. We found this chemical, like scientific way to deal with it. I thought that was cool. I thought that if we could do that for every pandemic, that'd be awesome. just to like instead of just doing sheltering in place and getting tested and all that. If we have another way to combat it, we could be unstoppable as a species. Nothing can get us.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it was a horrible disease that we all needed to fucking do something about, and everyone was arguing whether we should do something about it or not. And I think if you have a pandemic, like you have to, if you want to participate in society, you have to give up certain things to participate. You could always go in the woods and do whatever you want, but people want to take the benefits of society without taking care of it at all by helping stop a disease that was running around.
I mean,
recently.
I didn't kiss anybody for like a year. And if I had sex, it would always be doggy style.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get COVID because then, you can go to SAT
Yeah,
because they test you every morning.
COVID
You
is
still, still want to fuck.
it's far
I
away.
remember there was a comic. I know it was Bert Kreischer had that joke where his wife was sick or something, had the flu, and then he said cough against the wall or something. He put it in his special.
Joe Rogan had a joke.
Wait,
like
she
that.
coughed against the wall?
Yeah, his joke was like his wife was sick, so he's like, okay, we'll cough against the wall. Let's do this doggy style.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
See? Maybe I should watch more specials.
Yeah. It's
I'll watch him. If
happening
it's
and
somebody
unseen.
that's interesting, I'll watch it. You know?
I love
The
Bert
update.
Kreischer. He's so funny.
Yeah. He's a funny guy.
Yeah,
I never had a problem
he's
with
great. He's so funny in person too.
him. Mm-hmm.
It's like, holy shit, you're one of the greats. Because he's been doing it forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Joe Rogan had a similar joke where he had COVID and his wife was like, I don't want to have sex. And he's like, I'll hold my breath.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pass out. It's something.
For me, when it happened, I was with my new roommate, and she is a female, and we had to be quarantining, which it was a great excuse for me to lock the doors. But I really liked her, so
Francisco,
I really liked her. So, and we knew we had been there since the beginning of COVID, and none of us had COVID. So we were just like, let's just not leave the house and have sex.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's wonderful.
I got lucky.
Yeah.
So I wanted COVID to go for long.
Did you let her leave after?
She did. But
I-
yeah, it was fun.
I had the opposite. I
Mm.
was quarantined with somebody that we both have COVID. And just coughing,
Oh,
fucking.
yeah.
Hmm.
Let's die together. This is romantic.
Yeah. It's good. It's nice.
COVID.
Did you get stuck with anyone?
Not really, no. No. I was with my family making podcasts.
Nice.
And then I went on a little trip to LA. Met up with a friend there. I don't think we actually had sex though.
Hmm.
And then I went to Arizona, Yuma or something, and didn't have sex there. Just hanging out with a woman. And then I came here and had sex like twice or something.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But it wasn't like top of mind for me during COVID. I was kissing people after I got on Kill Tony
Nice.
on the show during a pandemic.
Hmm.
But I was like, if you guys are not going to do the pandemic, then it doesn't make sense for me to do the pandemic. If everyone's not doing it, then
And
It's gotta be out
these
there.
girls were real risk takers because they were just not kissing anyone. You know.
they were
Oh,
kissing
cool.
on stage. Most of them were strippers because that's the kind of people that do that kind of stuff.
They're like, fuck it, I'll kiss an Asian guy in the middle of COVID.
Yeah,
And you never got it.
I got it.
Okay.
I think twice.
Nice.
Mm.
Yeah.
I only know I got it one
Oh
time.
my god, he means chlamydia.
Yeah, I got chlamydia. But yeah, I mean, you guys want to say something positive about the Austin comedy scene?
good people. It's a community of people that are together. I think.
Yeah, we hang
lot of
out
people
more
that
than
love
other
each other,
scenes.
I
We
think.
party more than other scenes.
Mm-hmm.
We like hanging out a lot.
Yeah, we like hanging out with each other.
Yeah,
We all love each other. I think.
yeah, it's
Pretty
friendly
tight.
atmosphere.
Yeah, I think we don't talk as much shit as the other scenes, maybe.
Yeah,
But I think that we have lost some steam as far as like other shows and stuff outside of
the
you know
mothership.
outside of like Mothership Creek,
Well, the
Sunset,
mothership
like
is
the main.
always sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there was like a lot of hype when the clubs were coming in, and everyone was like building up their shows, and then now we have a point where there's like another show somewhere,
Yeah.
starting, but all the
Well, I
places
feel
are the
like
same.
we got kind of lucky in a way, but like the newer comics, like the guys that are just moving here to be like first time open micer, like for them it's almost like impossible because they're waiting
Yeah.
like 3 hours to do 2 minutes,
Lucky
like, 3 minutes in front of like no one, because by the
Yeah.
time they go up, there's no one there.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you sustain that for
Well,
4 or
like,
5 years?
It weeds
Shouldn't.
out the weak.
You shouldn't
Do
do
the
it.
same thing in
They
LA.
shouldn't. Yeah, it's everywhere. Here they had hope. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
everything's different now, but it's
No,
pretty similar.
comedy's the same.
I feel like it was like that. It's like that now. It used to be like that for the older comics. Like it takes years to. It's like
Yeah, but like
you.
when I moved to Austin, the mic, like a big mic, probably had like 30 comics,
Oh.
and
Yeah.
Now it's more.
and now it's insane.
Yeah. Now,
Oh, really? It's a lot.
Yeah.
yeah. There's only like so many open mics you can do in a week to where it's any good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's no resources. There's not enough shit here for the comics.
Yeah.
But usually a lot of the open mics, at least in LA, I don't know here, they would be opened by the comics themselves too.
Yeah.
So maybe the comics
that's happening.
themselves can open, like, I don't know.
But it's
That
only
is
so many places you can do that at before they're like, they're not buying anything and they're scaring away everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. You invite too many of them.
I like Austin because it's just fun. The people make the place. I just really like hanging out with everybody. I like how everybody's wearing hats.
You like hang out with everybody?
I don't know, like the people I hang out till now.
Do you like hanging out with Drew Nickens?
I have no idea who the fuck that is. Who the Nikki?
He's
a
a
very-
Sweet man.
he's got a
very
head
cool guy.
injury.
I love him.
I don't
like
know.
about-
That's
So I'm just trying to pick someone that I could.
The people I do hang out with, I
I
like.
know.
I like the comics here. I just feel like I can it's just chill and lay back and real.
I think one of my favorite parts has
Not
to
a
be that you
companions.
can just walk anywhere, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a party
walkability.
town,
like, oh, stop
Yeah.
at the creek, for whatever, for a drink or just
Yeah, because then you're not just going out to the creek. You're going out to the creek and the sunset and the mothership. All those combined make it worth going out when you're feeling lazy.
And you can
Yeah.
say more shit here. Like you can when you write a joke, like you don't have to be scared of like.
Yeah,
Oh.
people hear the N word and they're like, okay, let's see where he's going with this. They'll give you a chance, but it better be good.
Chances it's really funny.
Yeah.
What if it's
People-
really funny?
The audiences here are the best because they're not like LA where they're all like listen to so much comedy that they know everything about comedy or they're like part of the industry. So they're like, oh, I do something similar. Let's see how it's not. People are just coming to the shows. They're normal people.
Normal people.
They're here to have fun. They're Texan. They love laughing. They love having a good time. It's not like New York where everyone's just cold and bitter all the time. It's like people here are real people. They're not in the finance industry. They're just an audience member. They don't have any illusions of being like a performer.
They're instead of you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. They're the best. And
Maybe-
they're kind of dumb, which I like.
that's great.
Yeah.
Great.
I think you took a shit on everyone there, even like the Austin
Yeah.
audience. So that was good.
That
It
was
fun to watch.
very positive.
It's negativity.
I thought you were bringing the audience, the Austin audience up, and then at the end you're like, I like that they're dumb.
They are dumb.
Like this is great.
Is this a real sword, by the way?
Yeah, you want to pull it out?
Yeah.
Looks heavy.
It is kind of heavy. Oh, shit.
Full metal.
Huge. Oh, it is. Oh, it's sharp. It looks sharp.
It's a sword.
Well, yeah.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh, wow. It's got holes on it.
Yeah, it makes it more aerodynamic. I don't really know why they did that.
Oh, it's sharp on that end.
Yeah, you want to touch the blade?
What's the story behind it? Did you
I
get it?
know.
How did
A
you?
guy made it for me.
Really?
Geordian Key Forge.
That's badass.
Thank you. It's a barbarian sword.
Wow.
It's not for civilized combat. It's for hacking and maiming.
Yeah, you go out to the jungle.
You have to be
use
like
this to cut the leaves.
when you go to war with something like this, like you have to be really committed. Like
Yeah.
you either like all in or it's not gonna work out.
So it'd be ridiculous to die with that, not even pulling it out of the sheath.
You have to have confidence with that thing. Like you can't just like you have to.
It's a loaded weapon.
I think every man's got to have a sword in their house. Every man's got to have a sword.
Because everybody can shoot a gun,
Yeah.
but to handle a sword, like you
There's
takes
honor,
more.
there's chivalry. There's so much at stake. There's so much skill that goes into that.
It's
So skill in
analog
shooting
power.
a gun. We should go back to just carrying swords.
Yeah, they should have shooting ranges for swords.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Sorting ranges.
Sorting ranges.
But yeah, I mean, it's like power that you can actually see. It's not like a gun where it's like, oh, I know it's dangerous, theoretically. This is like, oh, that's a real thing that could hurt me. Triggers an animal response. And if you can wield it with the power of a human.
I'm not following. I think both are dangerous when you see them.
Yeah.
Well,
no, they
gun
are.
is hard to do self-defense with because you're not used to just standing there just pulling a trigger. It's makes much more sense to get something and poke it at someone. So it's a more physical, natural power than a gun, which is, we know it's dangerous because if you point a gun at a bear, it's not going to know. But
That's
it's
a
good to
point.
have
Hmm.
a thing like that around, is what Chandler was saying.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think a bear will know what that is either.
You don't think so?
No.
It's pointy and hard.
That's what he said. Sorry.
That's what he said.
It'll make more sense to a bear than a gun.
So you do comedy in Jerusalem?
Yeah, I did some in Tel Aviv, in Jerusalem. I do most in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
How
I
was it
do
in
some in
Jerusalem?
it's a blast. It's
Yeah?
really, really, really fun. Yeah. I would mix like jokes with like I'll do like a joke that's like in English and in Hebrew. Like I'll do a punchline in Hebrew or something.
Oh, that's cool.
There's only the jokes I can do there
Yeah.
because nobody, why would I upload a joke in English but then the punchline is in Hebrew
Yeah.
for the regular American crowd? It's really fun. People there, they have dark humor.
Yeah. That's
The
cool.
the more you shit you're in, the more you need to laugh.
Have you done it anywhere else in the world also?
I bombed in Paris once.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
How
It
was
was like my
that?
first year of comedy. I was there with my mom. I had a boy there that like I convinced him to do stand up like the year before, and
Because you wanted to do it?
we always wanted to do it. He said he saw something I did or whatever. And I was like a year and I was doing open mics in LA, but he was like, "Oh my God, you came from LA, you got to do my show." And I was like, "Okay." And then I get to the show, I was like, "You got ahead? Can you do 25?" And I was like, "Sure, I'll do 25."
You're in.
And the place was there was like a restaurant and there was like a door and you go downstairs to like a little tiny theater, maybe
Like a basement.
maybe a basement with like 10, 15 seats maybe.
Was it called the Le Kibele?
Lekeviller?
Le Kibele? Or no? It doesn't matter. You probably don't remember the name.
Are
The
you
place.
talking English right now?
Yeah, no, the name of the name of the venue. It was because I was just in Paris and I did comedy there.
Oh
I
yeah,
was probably in one of those places.
it's one of those. Yeah,
They're
yeah.
all basements, right? And you go down and yeah.
Dude, I remember my mom went to see me, and she doesn't know French or English good. but she went and she was like, there was like a security guide, and she was like, yeah, you have to let me in. My daughter is performing. My daughter is performing. You have to let me in. Like, he's like, ma'am, you can't go. Like, you have to let me in. You have to let me in. And then the like manager came and she was like, this is the door to the bathroom, ma'am. Like, we don't know where your daughter is. So she went to the wrong place. So I'm on stage. There's like 4 people in this tiny little basement show, and my mom comes in, sits at the front row, just like filming me, and like it was so loud. I bombed so hard that there was a bucket afterwards, and my mom just gave him like 25 euros or something, just as a sorry for what my daughter did to your show.
4 people. Kind of a good show.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, that's fun.
yeah, yeah. But it's a fun experience, a good story. Whatever.
Yeah. You get
Yeah.
to see a different part of every country you visit if you do comedy.
Yeah.
To see where the fucking, the dive bar people are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can find drugs there.
It's usually where they're at. Is that a dad board? You can definitely find some.
You guys want to call it? Should we go do shots or something?
I'll do shots.
Yeah.
I don't drink.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on. Wow.
Thanks, Hans. This was great.
Thanks for doing
I
it.
had a lot of fun.
Me too.
Good time.